So as we wait for the highly anticipated Justice League movie this Friday, or I should say the Zack Snyder version of Justice League, the Snyder Cut, whatever you want to call it, I want to take this time to talk about the 2017 Justice League movie that was directed by Zack Snyder, but mostly Joss Whedon. So I watched this movie last night for the second time, so let's break it down. So in this movie, it takes place after the events of the Batman v Superman movie, where Superman dies, and now in this movie, there is a new enemy threat called Steppenwolf, who is out to get these boxes that are in different realms and universes all over. He's out to get these 3 boxes, and he wants to do bad stuff with it. Pretty much wants to destroy the world. It's up to Batman and Wonder Woman to now assemble the Justice League, get the Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg, come together and defeat Steppenwolf. So this movie has a huge history. So Zack Snyder originally directed this movie, which he is still credited as. He directed this movie, and they were working on the post-production, and he stepped down due to a family emergency. I think it's safe to say that Warner Brothers didn't want Zack Snyder a part of the Justice League anymore because of, I would say it's probably because of the reaction of the Batman v Superman. It did not get good reviews by both fans and critics, and personally, I did not love the Batman v Superman movie. I was disappointed in this movie. I think it's one of the worst superhero movies ever made because it was messy, convoluted. So Joss Whedon came in, who directed the first 2 Avengers, which I get why they picked him, because what was really great about the first Avengers is that was the chemistry of the gang. There was a great chemistry with all these characters, and there was great humor, and I get why they wanted to bring Joss Whedon, because they felt like we needed a different tone to this movie, and they just wanted to make it great, but I get why people are upset about how they treated Zack Snyder. I totally get that. I mean, and I do think it wasn't right, but at the same time, I get it. So let me talk about my thoughts on this movie. So I watched this last night for the second time. I haven't seen this movie in a long time, since I saw it in theaters. And I had the same reaction I did the first time. It's okay. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's trash. But it's not great either. It's not amazing. It's okay. Here's what I'll say, though. The cast is amazing. They're all great in that movie. They're great. And I do think they did their best to make this movie what it was, or how it should be. And it's a hit and miss. I love the costumes. The costumes are great. I love the Flash's costume. His costume is really neat looking. I love that. I did like what Joss Whedon did, because I did like that they did change the tone. And I personally, to me at that time, I kind of feel like that's what this movie needed after Batman v Superman, because Batman v Superman is dark. Might have felt like too dark and gritty. I just don't know. But like at the time, I thought the light tone worked. I thought the humor worked. And at the end of when I was watching it last night, I don't know, it just didn't work for me, because it's so distracting when I'm watching this movie, because there's parts of this movie that's Joss Whedon's, and there's parts that are Zack Snyder's. And you can tell which one is who, because when you see the humor parts, that's Joss Whedon. When you see the serious parts, is Zack Snyder's. When you see Ben Affleck looking a little bent out of shape in certain scenes, that's Joss Whedon. When you see Batman looking more fit, that's Zack Snyder's as well. The action scenes aren't that great either. I didn't care about watching like any of the fight scenes. I didn't feel riveted. I wasn't on the edge of my seat. I wasn't like, ooh, wow, oh my God. I just wasn't feeling it with the action. And some of the visual effects in the movie is very sloppy. It's very noticeable. The real amazing visual effects is the mustache CGI of Henry Cavill. When they reshot the Justice League movie with Joss Whedon, Henry Cavill was working on Mission Impossible. And as we remember, he has a mustache in the movie because he was required to have the mustache for the remainder of Mission Impossible. So Warner Brothers had the tough task of having to CGI the mustache, and my God, it is freaking horrible. Wow, it's just distracting. His lip looks weird. Yeah, I mean, this movie is a little bit messy. Another problem I have, though, is Chris Terrio. I don't think he's a good writer. I really don't. He did the writing for Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, and it wasn't good. The problem with his writing it's just messy. It's convoluted. Now, again, this movie is a little bit messy, but it's not as messy as Batman v Superman, but everything just feels rushed, it feels forced, and I just didn't feel any emotion for any of these characters, really. I mean, I didn't. I mean, the only character I probably felt more compassion for was Cyborg, but it still just wasn't enough. And the problem is, too, some of the dialogues feels very cheesy. I kind of cringe at some moments, too. Here's my feeling of Warner Brothers. They really have no clue what they want this DC universe to be. Marvel knew what they wanted in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but DC just seems like they're struggling with the tone because, you know, sometimes I guess they want to go dark, but then a lot of the fans didn't like it too dark in Batman v Superman. And then when they go light, half the fans didn't like that either, that it was too light and fluffy, didn't fit in. So, I mean, I can't almost even blame the situation that DC has been in for a while because it's hard to please the fans. Other than that, though, this movie has a lot of problems. I mean, again, I think this is better than Batman v Superman. I think it's better than Suicide Squad as well. So I don't think it's all that bad, but obviously could have been better. So I will give the Justice League a 6 out of 10.
Boo! You stink!
So what do you guys think? Are you excited about the Justice League movie that's coming out this Friday of Zack Snyder's version? I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm not going to lie. Like, after watching this movie, I am now interested in seeing what Zack Snyder's vision was, what it could have been. So it's going to be very interesting. I mean, it's getting positive reactions now, which I'm surprised. I mean, I'm shocked to see, like, right now, like, he's getting pretty good reviews. So we'll have to see. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Good Bad Score. Please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it. And as always, I will see you again real soon with our next review.